Good day, folks. I'm here at the lab this morning, and I've got something very interesting to show you, and winging it on my own this morning. So just wanted to share with you something that might make some of you rock back on your chairs, might make some of us attend to our personal hygiene a little bit better. What we have here is an agar plate, and on this agar plate we had different members of our team, our co-workers, our staff. We had different members of our team press their thumb finger on different areas of this plate, different areas, and we incubated it in an incubator 37 degrees Celsius, and we were quite intrigued by what showed up the next day. So I want to show you here in terms of microbiology, which is the study of microorganisms, and I just want to remind you that these were thumbprints or imprints made on the surface of this agar from the thumbs of a few members of our team. This here is the product of an overnight incubation of one of our members. Please note that they were doing their routine affairs, routine cleanup, managing of the laboratory, moving boxes, routine stuff. All right. They did not have on their gloves prior to this. This is for our people. This is for the persons who are generally at home doing miscellaneous stuff. This is for children. This is for parents. All right. So we weren't doing any diagnostic work, but we were just doing what we call in our laboratory housekeeping. We were just maneuvering ourselves, doing some miscellaneous work, cleanup, moving of boxes, sorting out, etc. This here is one area where we have one thumbprint that grew not only organisms but different organisms, and I'm happy to share with you the different kind. This yellow one here is one particular type of organism. This white one here is another type of organism. This combination here of what looks like a little chaos or chaotic area, that's another organism, and this here is another organism. All right, so in this one area you've got an approximate quantity of around 4 to 5 different organisms, but that's one thumbprint. Now we've got here another area, another thumbprint from one person, and this person was particularly involved in moving of boxes, working on surfaces, moving stuff, handling boxes, routine stuff. And this particular growth was a pure growth of a particular organism, and this was a bacillus. All right, a particular type of bacteria. All right, we've got this one here that got a little smudged, but we've got here one particular type of organism, another one here. All right, then quite interesting, we've got another interesting thumbprint here. We've got one colony here, right here. We've got a white colony here. We've got a colony that is a little bit creamish in color. All right, so at least visually, based on the growth of the bacteria, we've got at least 3 to 4 different organisms here. Quite interesting. This one in particular, one member of our team felt it necessary to get it a little bit more interesting and deliberately went and contaminated her finger with a surface area that is usually not as clean as other areas in the environment. And what we found here, what we got here is a combination, a very heavy growth of microorganisms, but you can see based on how it grew, you can see that there are different organisms. There's this white one down to the center here. You've got a mixture of different organisms all in this area here. All right, so this is quite a heavy growth, but also a heavy growth of mixed organisms. But here's the thing, this particular one that is circled came from the thumbprint of one of our co-workers who had just washed her hands. And we still ask her to make a thumbprint on this agar, and this is what grew. A very, very minimal amount of 2 organisms, all right, in comparison to the other workers. All right, this is only to impress upon us the importance, especially now, of washing of hands. All right, look at the amount of organisms that grew in persons who were doing routine activities versus someone who washed her hands and then inoculated it onto the surface of this agar. We at Medical Scientific understand that microorganisms are quite common in nature, but these organisms can develop the potential to become disease causing. They can contribute to ill health, and we just wanted to share this with you, our viewers and the public, parents, children, everyone, the importance from a microbiological perspective, the importance and the applicability of washing hands versus the non-washing of hands. Okay, just visually, without confirmatory tests, what we are dealing with here is a combination of gram-positive and gram-negative organisms, different species of staphylococcal organisms, and some gram-negative organisms, quite possibly E. coli and some others. Kind of like not the organisms you want to be playing around with. All right, so we hope this has helped someone to understand that beyond our naked eye, we've got a whole world of microorganisms that are just there waiting to get active, waiting to breach certain barriers, and waiting to cause disease. Keep well, everyone, and hope this helps somebody even in their moving forward of personal hygiene and the simple washing of hands.